Hi, Ben. So I have an article of yours in front of me that you wrote. The title is "I will never vote for Donald Trump," and the first lines are, "I will never vote for Donald Trump, ever." In 2018 on the Bill Maher show, you said that you would vote for Trump. So what changed?
So what changed is that the never Trump position, and that article was written specifically about 2016. And I'll tell you what I was hoping to avoid with President Trump. So I was worried about three specific things, and I've said this many times. I was worried about three specific things. And I wrote, by the way, another piece in that same election cycle in National Review called "What Trump Would Have to Do for Me to Vote for Him." So people ignore that article. But in any case, the three things I was worried about with President Trump were, number one, that President Trump was going to soul-suck the Republican Party, that he was going to do crazy, bad things, and many Republicans were going to follow him down that path and pretend that all of these things were okay. That's been kind of half true. I mean, you've seen some of that for sure. The other thing that I was afraid of is that they were going to follow him in terms of ideas and that he wasn't going to be particularly conservative. That one has turned out not to be so true. Most people don't see Trump as a thought leader. Also, he's been much more conservative than I thought he was going to be based on his rhetoric. He was all over the place during the election. You recall that he said that he was in favor of universal health care, but also against universal health care. He was legitimately on every side of every issue, like Joe Biden. I mean, it's like, and in any case, so I was worried about that. That tends not to have materialized as much. And then I was worried, and this one is definitely still on the table, that he was going to absolutely toxify the Republican Party and the conservative movement among young people. And that has been true. By polling data, he has made the Republican Party even more toxic than it was among young people, and so that continues to be a worry. Now, with all of that said, him being president changes the math, because now he's the president. So I get to evaluate him on what I call the sometimes Trump basis, because now I don't get to vote for him again until 2020, right? So it's not like I'm not voting for him today. So now I get to determine whether he did something good today or something bad today, just like I adjudicate that with literally every other human being in my life. I do it with my 2-year-old son. Did he do something good this moment, or did he do something bad this moment?